WHIO News. Traffic and Weather Center is active. If news breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
All right, it's time.
We get the show on the road.
I've been waiting for it all day.
And not a moment too soon.
Listen to talk radio.
This guy, Todd.
Monday through Friday.
5 to 7.
He's weird.
Best thing on the radio.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah! Can you feel that, buddy? I have exorcised the demons.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. On the show, we've got an update. Cars in the buildings. We've had 2 in the last day and one just a little while ago, and it was spectacular in a very bad way. Oh, my gosh. You got to see the pictures on WHIO.com. You can see them on my Facebook page. Down in Miami Township. Crazy, crazy. We'll get to that. Got an email, little pushback on my conversation last night about e-bikes being just chaos on the streets. But we'll get to that. We got some teacher news. We got some Tasty Tuesday. All kinds of stuff coming up. But I got to get to this at the beginning here. Things I do that irritate my wife. Things I do that irritate my wife. Things I do that irritate my wife. So there's a drive-through that a beer and wine drive-through that I go to frequently, and there's a young woman that works there, and she's very, very sweet. She's a foreign lady, and she's a young woman, but she's super, super sweet, right? And I go in there quite frequently, and I feel like when you go into some place like that frequently, have I mentioned frequently? I think it's good, good posture. It's good. It's polite to learn their name. I feel like that's a good thing to do. Like, what is your name? So she told me this. I asked her name probably a couple of months ago, and she told me. And then the next time I went through, I couldn't remember. But I didn't say anything because I thought, well, old guy, forgetting, whatever. So a few days ago, I went through and I finally said, I know I've asked you this before. What is your name? And she told me her name. Now, I'm not going to repeat her name because I don't want people, stalking her or giving her grief or whatever. She didn't do anything wrong. So I thought, well, this time I'm going to remember her name. So I pulled out my phone after I drove through, and I turned on the little voice memo, and I recorded her name, so I wouldn't forget it. So why am I bringing this up, and why does it irritate my wife? Let me just say up front, my wife is not really that irritated. But last night, we did some running after the show, and we went through the drive-through. And I said to the woman, she was the one working, and I said hello to her by name. And Mary was like, "You know her name?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I asked, and I thought it would be polite." And she said, "Well, what was her name?" And I repeated it. And then I said, "Oh, I remembered it because I put it on my phone." And she said, "You recorded her name on your phone?" And I said, "Look, I have a little bit of a crush." Now, don't look at me that way, Ian. Just because I'm married doesn't mean you can't have a crush on somebody. Doesn't mean you're going to do anything. It just means she's kind of cute, or Well, I bet there are married women right now listening who have a crush on some guy, maybe in their office or their neighbor. And it doesn't mean you don't look at me that way. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you don't act on it, who cares?
Your funeral.
No. I bet Ron agrees with me.
Don't pull Ron into this.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it as long as you don't act on it. But then she says, as we're driving home, she's looking at me and she says, well, do you think she's cute? I said, well, yeah, I think she's cute. That's why I have a crush on her. She's super sweet. She's very nice. She knows exactly what I want. Am I wrong here? I don't feel like I am. I feel like it's perfectly acceptable for people, married people, to have crushes on others. Doesn't mean you do anything. I'm not suggesting that you should.
It might be different from generation to generation. I'm also not married, so. So, I don't know.
Maybe I'm off base on this. I will tell you that she really was not that upset. In fact, she said, if you don't talk about this on your show, you don't know what you're doing. So I don't think that it's that big of a deal.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I know you are. And again, I'm not suggesting that you act on it, but it's just it's nature. You know, you encounter somebody repeatedly over and over. It's not like just you pass them on the sidewalk and then you don't stop thinking about them or whatever. It's somebody you see all the time. I don't know. Maybe I'm off on this. 937-957-1290. I don't think anybody's going to throw me a life preserver here. But if you feel like it, or you have a thought, maybe you've encountered this in your relationship. Mary thought it was actually kind of funny because here's the thing. This woman, she's probably like 30 years younger than me. So it's not like it's something that I'm going to act on. I never could and I never would. But I think it's perfectly normal for somebody to, have a crush on another person. We got mail.
Sit back down and shut your trap. It's time for mail call.
Message for you, son.
You should see a fan mail.
You got a message.
I got your letter. Amazing what you can accomplish by mail.
Congratulations, Skippy. You've got mail.
You want to shoot me an email, eveningedgetodd@gmail.com. Hey, Todd, I'm completely baffled by your take on kids and e-bikes. When did we decide that normal childhood behavior suddenly became a public safety crisis? Kids have always raced around neighborhoods. It used to be bikes, skateboards, scooters, you name it. Now it's e-bikes. Is it faster? Sure. Is it new? Yes. But instead of immediately jumping to restrictions, bans, or treating kids like they're reckless criminals, how about we take a breath and remember they're outside, they're active, they're not glued to screens. It's just what we've been begging for. Of course, safety matters. Teach it, encourage helmets, talk to parents, but let's not overreact and turn this into something it's not. Because from where I'm standing, it isn't chaos. It's just kids being kids. Love your show, Stuart and Kettering. Well, thank you, Stuart. So last night, if you didn't hear, we had a story about a woman in California who is facing vehicular manslaughter charges because her 13-year-old kid was riding an e-bike and popping wheelies down a sidewalk and hit some 81-year-old guy, and he ended up dying. And I've noticed that a lot of kids on e-bikes, they're zipping around here like they're on little mopeds or mini motorcycles. Most of them are wearing helmets. I saw a whole gang of them in Beaver Creek over the weekend. Somebody called in last night and said, yeah, I just saw the same gang. It's like 6 of them flying down the sidewalk on North Fairfield Road, zipping through intersections. One, according to the caller last night, almost got hit by a car. And I have an e-bike. It's not anything like those e-bikes, but I understand, Stuart. They're just kids being kids, but it just seems like the stakes are getting higher and higher. You know, it's one thing for kids to be riding their bikes recklessly in the street. It's another for them to be on an e-bike going 20 miles an hour. And some of them will go even faster. But, all right. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. We have a couple of cars into buildings, and we've got a call wants to talk about that. I'll take Bobby. Hey, Bobby.
Hey, what's going on, Todd?
How you doing? So I saw that you've got a car into a building. I'm pretty sure it's the one that I have here on Miamisburg, Springboro.
Oh, yeah, but we got to take a perspective that your story doesn't cover is how far that car had to travel to get into that house.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, I know because I looked it up on Google Maps, and I saw that it was right on a turn. And, and this car had to go, I would say, 60 yards, 50 to 60 yards?
Every bit of 50 to 60 yards.
Yeah.
Straight into the front door. And the house is below the topography of the road.
Yeah.
So it actually went through, I went by it. It went through a farmer's fence and straight into the house and straight into the bedroom.
Yeah. I mean, it went through the entire living room. The entire front room.
Oh yeah, I think Grandma's probably asleep taking a nap.
I hope not. I hope nobody was in there. I haven't heard if there's been any injuries or anything. But holy cow, that's just crazy.
Yeah, this is like number 52. I told your call screener. I said you need to start ranking these because this is not a 2-point shot. This is a 3-point shot in basketball.
Yeah, this will go. If there was a Hall of Fame for this would go into the Hall of Fame for sure.
Exactly.
All right, Bobby. I appreciate your call, buddy. Have a good one. 937-957-1290. We are up to number 52. Yesterday, there was one in Springfield. I found out about it a little earlier today. This happened, I guess, last night around 8 o'clock or so. But I don't have the details on the location. I see the picture. I see the car into the house. But this is off the Springfield, Ohio Crime Watch page. But no address was given. But I see proof. So that counts. 51, and then today, 52.
What am I listening to now?
What is this? It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
I just didn't want to forget her name, Tony. That's the only reason. It's a foreign name. It's not like Sue or Sherry. It's a foreign name. It has a foreign pronunciation. I just didn't want to forget it. No. I didn't put a phone number in there, Colleen. Let's be clear. I did not put a phone number in my phone. I made a voice memo of how to pronounce her name. That is all. That is all. Let's be clear here. Oh, well. Yeah.
much items can be marked up. I didn't know. I didn't either. I'm Center 7 consumer investigator Xavier Hirschmitz. I went inside our airport to see for myself. Items here are properly priced. I'll break down how these compare to other cities and show how you can avoid spending more than you need to. Watch this new Center 7 IT Consumer Alert Thursday at 5. Working to control these straight
with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be so much fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Just one last thing about having a crush on somebody else. Just to be clear, some people on the live stream are like, well, I think I'd be upset too if you put somebody's name in your phone. I'm like, no, that's not what I did. And I didn't get her name and put her phone number in my phone. I merely made a voice memo recording of how to pronounce her name because it's a foreign name. And I didn't want to forget. That's all. And Mary, she's like, what? You've got her number or her name and her, what? That's all. 937-957-1290. Real quickly, I don't know if anybody else saw the story. I was really surprised to see this, that a former UD basketball star, Roosevelt Chapman Jr., did you see this? He was arrested in Dayton yesterday. Preliminary felonious assault and kidnapping charges. What? That is crazy. I remember this guy, listening to this guy play basketball for UD, listening to the games here on WHIO radio with my dad. He played for UD from 1980 to 84 and is the all-time leading scorer for the Flyers men's program. And now he's facing kidnapping charges and assault charges? That is a weird story. I know we're going to learn more.
What am I listening to now?
What is this? It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Clinton. That's funny. I'm so lucky she's so good-natured, I'll tell you. I know it. I know I am. Judge Nick Dunn. I would agree, Clinton. I don't think he would be impartial or unbiased. Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying, Dan. This is what I'm saying. Though I will say there is a guy there, and I haven't asked his name.
HIO is all news,
Dayton's news,
all talk,
and talk.
all the time. The WHIO News Traffic and Weather Center is active. If news breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
Don't hesitate to call. You call me. You better call me.
Damn it, get me a phone.
Call me on my radio.
I'm gonna call you.
You got him on the radio?
You won't make a simple phone call?
What is wrong with you?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Come on now, more margaritas. Come on now, more margaritas.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Are you celebrating? Are you going out tonight? Maybe you had tacos for lunch. Or maybe some margaritas for lunch. I've got a list of some Cinco de Mayo deals. Ian, what are you preparing for something?
I'm celebrating tonight by eating hothead.
Ah, okay.
Nothing
Well,
crazy,
it's
but I
not
do
very.
have it for my dinner tonight.
Okay.
Free coupon, so I couldn't say no.
Yeah. I was talking to Gracie. She was on before Ian in there producing, and I asked her if she was going out tonight to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. And she goes, "Actually, I'm the designated driver." Yeah. Aren't you usually the designated driver? Yeah. Ian, he's the responsible one. The other half, not so much. It is Tasty Tuesday.
Why don't you go inside and get yourself a tasty snack?
Want a bite? They're real tasty.
How you get so big that you fooled up this guy?
It was tasty, delicious, and tasty.
When you're hungry, everything looks tasty.
That was tasty little hors d'oeuvre.
So it is Cinco de Mayo. Oh, and by the way, I love talking about food because it's the one thing we can all sort of agree on. You may not agree on religion, sports, or politics, but my gosh, we all love a tasty meal and a tasty snack. On Cinco de Mayo, maybe a tasty taco or burrito. Here are some Cinco de Mayo specials. There's still time to enjoy these if you feel like going to Chili's. And I will tell you, most of these are margarita related. They've got $5 tequila classic margaritas. And then they got something called the Popping Boba Marg. What is that? They got a Patron frozen margarita. That's for $7. That's not bad. Chipotle, they're offering free chips and guac or chips and queso blanco with your online entree purchase. Cinco26 is the code. And then Chewy's, they've got $6 regular and $9 grande house Ritas. And $1 off Mexican beers. Ooh, a $5 queso bowl. Man, oh man. I just bury your face in a bowl of queso. How good is that? Moe's Southwest Grill. They've got a free side of queso with entree purchase in store. Red Robin, they've got regular margaritas for $8, $6 margaritas. Ruby Tuesday, $5.99 burgers and sandwiches with fries. Ooh, that's very Mexican. And then they've got Hornitos margaritas for $6. There you go. A couple of Cinco de Mayo specials. Also saw this today, and this might land for a lot of people here that listen to the show. 2 types of frozen pizza sold at Walmart have been recalled because it could be contaminated with salmonella. That is not one of the toppings you want on your frozen pizza. The recall includes Great Value Stuffed Crust Chicken Bacon Ranch and Great Value's Thin and Crispy Crust Chicken Bacon Ranch. The recall said the products have been linked to a potential salmonella outbreak involving meat and poultry products made with a previously recalled dry milk powder. As of Monday, there have been no confirmed reports of anyone sick, but if you have those frozen pizzas, you might want to throw them away or go back to Walmart. So I know that's, pizza recall because of salmonella doesn't really sound like Tasty Tuesday, but I thought you might want to know it. A lot of people love those frozen pizzas. We've got some teacher news here.
I'm literally the worst teacher ever.
You're a really shitty teacher.
No such thing as a bad student, only bad teacher.
You're a joke. You're the worst teacher I've ever had.
So I saw this teacher, and whenever I see a story of a teacher disciplining a kid in an unusual way, I'm always brought back to my childhood, standing in line outside of Maine Elementary School during a fire drill and turning around and saying something to the kids standing behind me, and then immediately being swatted over the head with a teacher's grade book. That happened pretty frequently, not to me. Just happened to me that one time, but that was something that happened quite frequently. In today's world, couldn't happen. Parents would show up, they'd lose their minds, teacher would get suspended, maybe even arrested for assault. But times are changed. South Florida teacher is accused of taping the mouth of one of his students shut after a disagreement. Holy cow. Here's the best part. His name is Michael Alvarez, and he was a middle school Bible teacher at First United Methodist Christian School in Homestead, Florida. He was arrested on Monday. Cops were first called. When they were first called, they met with the parents of a student who stated their child's mouth had been taped shut following a disagreement with the teacher. The 13-year-old boy told cops that he was sitting in class when several students began laughing while another student was reading a Bible passage out loud. Doesn't say what Bible passage. I'd like to know. The boy said his teacher, Mr. Alvarez, singled him out and scolded him for talking and laughing during the reading. When another student began talking, Alvarez allegedly accused the victim of being disruptive and sent him into the hallway outside of class. That's shortly afterwards, Alvarez reportedly came into the hallway and taped the student's mouth shut with green painter's tape. The teacher was arrested and is facing simple battery charges. I will say that painter's tape is not that sticky, right? I mean, it's not like he pulled out a roll of duct tape or even masking tape, but even masking tape's not that bad. If he pulled out the duct tape, sure. But yeah, see, you can't do that. You can't do that kind of thing anymore. And I'd be curious to know, I don't remember back in the old ages when I was growing up, seeing teachers do that to kids. I don't know if, I'm not sure I ever saw anybody have their mouth taped shut. I do remember being sent out in the hallway a number of times. That was frequent. 937-957-1290. Yesterday was Star Wars Day. And Ian, I want you to pop on real quick. I know I already asked you this off the air, but I saw a video this morning that kind of caught me off guard in regards to Star Wars and E.T.
Can I guess what you're about to say?
Well, no, I don't want you to ruin it.
Okay, sorry. Because I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so I remember E.T., and there's a great scene in E.T. where they throw a sheet over E.T. to go trick-or-treating. And the kids take E.T. out. He's like a little ghost, right? And he sees another child dressed up as Yoda. And apparently in the movie, and I don't remember this, I don't remember seeing it this way, but in this clip that I saw,
it's the Senate meeting.
No. Hold on. E.T. looks at this kid in the Yoda costume and goes, home, like that. Right.
Oh.
Then in which one was it? It
was one of the prequel movies.
One of the prequel movies. I think it was the first prequel movie.
Phantom Menace.
Maybe it was that one. I don't know. there's a scene where the alien Senate, their big Senate scene, and there's a quick shot of a bunch of ET looking aliens in a box that were part of this Senate. Now, I remember seeing that. But this person, and I don't know if this was intentional. I know there's Star Wars geeks out there that would know this for sure, that they've connected Star Wars to ET because those ETs in the Senate knew Yoda.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I've seen that, I hope this is true. It might just be a fun little Easter egg, but what I saw was that it kind of takes away the whole idea that Star Wars is a long time ago. Like this is historical stuff. So I guess, I don't know, people, just the fact that ET takes place in modern day, but Star Wars is, could be millennia ago, stuff like that. But I'm hoping that's true, because that would be really cool.
That I thought, and I know that Steven Spielberg and George Lucas are friends, so I could see them, putting little Easter eggs in each other's movies.
Yeah.
But I thought that was kind of cool. I just thought that's why E.T. recognized the kid dressed in the Yoda costume, because he remembered. And I guess there's a book out there, like a Star Wars book, where in this Star Wars book, they talk about those aliens, the ET aliens. I forget what they were called, Asogians or something like that.
I'll do some boopity boop research.
And in that book, they tell the story that one of those aliens got left behind on Earth. So I but again, I saw this on the internet. So
ET aliens known as Asogians.
That's it.
They make a cameo appearance in Episode 1, Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Yeah, Galactic Senate. It was just a nod to the friendship between the directors.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I'd never connected the two. I remember both scenes, but I don't remember them connected.
There's a whole background that it gives me to the alien race as well.
This is what I'm saying.
Are depicted as paddle-footed, large-eyed aliens from the planet Brodo Asogi.
Yeah.
They're not central to the plot. Their presence adds a layer to intertextuality between the two franchises. Yada yada. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I just saw that this morning. I thought my mind was blown.
Let's make ET 2.
What is this?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Wow, all of them in the hoop.
What's going on every morning on your way to work.
Dayton's news and talk.
From the birthplace of aviation, WHIO, Dayton, Springfield, WHIO-FM, Pleasant Hill.
An update on the Strait of Hormuz. We'll have that for you at 6. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Yeah, we're going to go have some fun, aren't we?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Next Thursday night at Victoria Theater, it's a night of Bigfoot with Dr. Mariah Mayer and Russell Accord. And these two are members of the cast of Expedition Bigfoot that you can see on Discovery Channel. They're going to be down in Victoria talking about their expeditions and hunting for Bigfoot. Some people are into that. Some people think it's just phony. I'm on the fence. Talked about it many times. I love the idea of there being a mystical creature out there in the woods, but I don't know. I haven't seen any real proof yet, but I'm open to it. And here's the best part. Dr. Mayer, I'm interviewing her tomorrow. Yeah. So I'll get some details from her, and we'll talk about her interview on the show, and it'll be fun. But if you're interested in a night at Bigfoot there at the Victoria Theater next Thursday night, the 14th, you can get tickets at DaytonLive.org.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
All right. Mary and I are going to see Mrs. Doubtfire tonight at the Schuster.
showers late in the day, better chance at night, high of 65 degrees. Saturday, a chance for morning showers, high of 71 degrees. Showers and thunderstorms possible. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney for Dayton Severe Weather Station 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Scheduled news in less than 15 minutes and immediately when it breaks. I'm Ron Otto, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Dayton's news and talk depend on it.
WHIO is all news.
Dayton's news
all talk.
and talk.
All the time. The WHIO News Traffic and Weather Center is active. If news breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
Can I turn on your radio?
Yes, already.
It's almost showtime.
Who's your favorite talk radio personality?
That's Todd. He's weird.
Monday through Friday.
He's strange.
5 to 7.
Sloppy.
I mean, he sounds perfect.
He's green.
What do you say? Let's get it going.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
There's 3 rules that I live by. Never get less than 12 hours sleep. Never play cards with a guy who's got the same first name as a city. And never go near a lady who's got a tattoo of a dagger on her body. Now you stick with that. Everything else is cream cheese.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Got this story today from Edgehead Sean. This is crazy. And we've talked about, from time to time, stories where officials or referees and sporting events, usually kids' sporting events, end up on, there's a dispute and parents go nuts or a player goes nuts and they attack. It's a shame. And that's the reason why many youth sports today have a hard time finding referees and, officials or whatever sport it might be. I mean, I remember when I was growing up, I loved soccer. I've played soccer. I coached soccer. I refereed soccer. And I was a referee in the Beaver Creek Soccer Association. And I think I was probably at the time, I don't know that I was driving. I was maybe 15. Yeah, I remember I was about 15 because I remember my dad coming to pick me up at the soccer complex out there on Beaver Valley all those many years ago. It's now a golf course and a housing development. But I remember a game that I was refereeing. And it was like a kid's probably 3rd, 4th grade. It was just little kids. And again, it wasn't even like select soccer. It was just like Beaver Creek Soccer Association, Recreational League. And after the game, some mom who was leaving with her kid from her, she was driving her car and she was exiting. And as I was walking towards the concession stand where we would get paid, she was reading me the riot act about refereeing. Now, I can't tell you if I was doing a good job or a bad job. I don't remember. I know the game, so I thought I was probably doing okay. But for whatever reason, she just was going off. And she just kind of followed me as I walked down the path towards the concession stand, probably 3 or 4 soccer fields length, just going off. And I'll tell you, after that, I think that was like the last season I refereed. because I thought, who needs this aggravation for, $5 a game or whatever I was getting paid back in 1984. But Sean sent me this story. 19-year-old Cleveland man is in custody after investigators say he intentionally struck a flag football referee with a vehicle following a dispute at a game. Cleveland Metro Parks Police responded on Sunday for a reported assault involving a vehicle. Cops say the incident began when the suspect, identified as a 19-year-old Timothy Rubel of Cleveland, traveled to the park and provoked an encounter with several flag football referees. Police say he confronted the referees in response to a disagreement they allegedly had with his father just minutes earlier. So, flag football in the spring, I'm assuming these are kids, right? I mean, these are young kids playing spring flag football. It doesn't say how old the kids are. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it's always curious. Like, were they first and second graders? And some dad's losing his mind with a flag football official? I don't know that it doesn't matter what age, but I'm just curious. Authorities say the situation escalated from a verbal dispute. Cops say the suspect was in his car, accelerated rapidly, drove off the driveway, and jumped a concrete curb to intentionally strike the victim with the vehicle. The referee that was hurt was one of the victim was one of the referees who'd been in the dispute. Police also noted that a cell phone video captured most of the incident. Authorities also alleged that the suspect fled the scene and hid the vehicle behind his father's nearby business. Wow. He claimed that the victim had blocked his path and appeared to be searching for a weapon. However, police say both of those allegations were refuted by eyewitnesses and other evidence. He was taken into custody Sunday evening at 5. And here's the thing. This victim sustained significant traumatic brain injury. As a result, the victim was taken to the nearby hospital. He's been charged. The suspect has been charged felonious assault and tampering with evidence. That is just, it's insane that that parents at youth games, regardless if it's recreational or select, of any age, would be so angered and enraged by officials calling a game that they would resort to any level of violence, but especially this. And it doesn't even appear like this 19-year-old was involved in the initial incident. It was his dad who got into the argument. So he shows up and says, I know what I'll do. I'm just going to run him over. That is crazy. Crazy. But man, I feel for officials, whether they're umpires or, referees, whatever it is in today's world, because for some reason, a lot of parents, and you know what I think it is? It might be that youth sports has become so expensive to participate in that they feel entitled to perfection when it comes to officiating. Because at one time, it didn't really cost a lot to play youth sports. I mean, I think, when I started playing, and I know it was last century, but at one time it was like, $20 for the season. You got a shirt, pair of socks. That was it. It didn't cost much. Now it's considerably more, especially if your kid's playing select. Whatever sport it might be, it's thousands of dollars. It's insane. So I guess probably a lot of these parents maybe feel entitled that, we're paying for all this, paying all this money, then it should be perfect. You can't make mistakes. But then, I don't know how old this referee was. I'm assuming it was an adult. But man, oh man, it's just it's out of control. It's out of control. 937-957-1290. Randy in London, Kentucky. What's up, Randy?
Hey, Todd.
Hey.
I got a cute little story here about something happened to me at a Buckeye truck stop.
Okay.
These two Buckeye boys walks up to me and says, you look just like our mom. I says, no, I got a mustache. Yeah, our mom's got a mustache. I said, yeah, but I got this big pot belly. Looks like I'm 7 months pregnant with twins. And they said, so does mom. I says, well, I got a patch of hair on my chest. They said, so does mom.
Oh, no.
I said, well, I got hair around my nipples. And they says, so does mom.
Okay, Randy.
So the worst part of this story is, what if a nearsighted old man out in one of these Buckeye truck stops comes up to me and asks me out thinking I'm one of these Buckeye mamas? What am I going to do, little turtle? What am I going to do?
I don't know, Randy. Okay, I think we've had it with Randy. What on earth was that? We have a devil woman story here.
Get away from me, devil woman! She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you. She's just a devil woman.
Lordy.
Beware the devil woman, she's gonna get you from behind.
Man, oh man. Well, this story's from Okechee, Wisconsin. Prosecutors there have charged an Okechee woman with homicide. Cops say she stabbed her boyfriend because of a chicken dinner. The victim is identified by family as a 25-year-old named Lucas Roche. Police there say a 27-year-old woman named Michaela stabbed her boyfriend right through the heart. This all happened Friday at an apartment in Okechee. Investigators arrived on the scene. They found a man lying flat on his back. They asked the woman why she did it. She said it was because she wanted to go out to eat that night. But her boyfriend instead came over to her apartment to cook chicken drumsticks. Wow. When asked if there was a struggle, the suspect, the woman, Michaela, said, nope, I did stab him. She said her boyfriend grabbed the knife on the blade side. She got angry and pushed the knife into his chest. Investigators said a week before he was stabbed, the victim told a friend that the woman had bit his thumb earlier and he was worried about his safety. Holy cow. So this woman was mad because they weren't going out to dinner and he came over to her house to cook dinner. So she stabbed him. Wow, that's something. That's a devil woman.
What am I listening to now?
What is this? It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Oh, brother. Yeah, I think Randy has a lot of free time. I will admit that sometimes I don't mind a little tipsy caller. You know, it could be fun. But the people who think that they're comedians, and you know what? There are hosts that would just rip and rail on them. But I'm just not. Joel, that's funny. All right, I'm laughing at your comment. I like being mysterious, though. Yeah, I remember that. I will say I don't know what I don't know why, but I feel like the show used to get a lot more calls like years ago. And I don't think that show's changed any. I don't think the show's gotten bad. I just don't know why I just don't seem to get the calls like I used to.
With Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
I almost forgot what it was like to have fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. I saw this story, a West Virginia woman. She is facing charges after she allegedly chased down and fired multiple shots at a driver who she says ran over her chicken outside her house. West Virginia State Police responded to an intersection in Wirt County, West Virginia. After a man was reportedly shot at, the trooper spoke to the victim, who claimed he was driving his side-by-side when he struck a chicken in the road. He kept going, though. I mean, if you hit somebody's chicken and you know you hit their chicken, you should probably stop and tell them that you hit their chicken. That's that's the polite thing to do. He kept going and was later chased down by a driver in a Toyota Tacoma, who he says was blaring their horn and tailgating him. As he turned into the intersection, the victim says the suspect got out of her pickup and allegedly fired or aimed a gun and shot at him 3 times. Victim told law enforcement he recognized the woman and knew her. Wow. When the suspect spoke to the troopers, she said the victim had driven past her home at high rates of speed while her children were playing, and he ran over her chicken in the middle of the road. I guess the chicken didn't make it across the road. That's unfortunate. She stated she chased him down and met him at the intersection, but she claimed she fired the gun in the air. But she was arrested, and her firearm was seized. And the chicken obviously did not make it.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO. This is the station Dayton turns to first for live team coverage of breaking news.
You hit my chicken. Chicken patties.
.com or call 800-4-RELIEF. 800, the number 4, relief.
WHIO is all news.
Dayton's news
all talk.
and talk.
All the time. The WHIO News Traffic and Weather Center is active. If news breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
Don't give me that politics, Jazz. It's not my racket.
People are tired of hearing nothing but doom and despair on the radio.
Everyone just relax, all right?
The problems of the world are not in my department.
Now, who would like a cookie?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. A little bit later, Mary and I, we are heading down to the Schuster Center. It's the opening night of the Mrs. Doubtfire musical. Now, that movie, I remember when that movie came out with Robin Williams, Sally Field. That was a great movie. If you don't know the premise, Robin Williams and Sally Field are getting divorced. They're married, they're getting divorced, or they're separating. And in order for him to get to see and spend more time with his kids, he decides to dress as as an older woman and become their housekeeper and nanny, if you will. And it's him in drag, doing the thing and spending time with his kids and the whole deal. But they've turned it into a musical, so we'll see how that goes. I have faith. I have faith in it. It was a great movie. But I'll certainly have a review for you tomorrow. We've got some stories of animals attacking. Well, we had a couple of stories, I think, last week about elephants on rampages, and we've got another one. This happened in India. A man in India was fatally gored after an elephant broke free from its chains and wreaked havoc. It happened Friday morning during a temple festival. The elephant became aggressive and freed itself from its chains. Eyewitnesses claim the animal saw the animal lift the driver with its trunk before trampling and fatally goring him. Oh my gosh. The elephant also rammed into and injured its primary caretaker, I guess his trainer. I don't know that they're really trainer. Videos shared on social media show the elephant ramming its tusks into the sides of cars, and residents watched helplessly nearby. In another clip, the animal is seen wrapping its trunk around trees before tearing them out of the ground. This elephant was pissed off. Witnesses also said the elephant recklessly wandered around the temple grounds, ramming into the sides of houses and flipping scooters. As officials attempted to control the situation, a parked car was also overturned amid the rampage. Specialized elephant squad was eventually deployed to the scene. Now, there's the squad you want to be a part of, the elephant squad. After which it took nearly 4 hours to successfully tranquilize the animal and bring it under control. Hours after that terrifying rampage, a similar fatal incident took place in another temple celebration in another part of India. So 2 elephant rampage attacks in one day. And then I saw this story. I think this happened maybe last year, but it finally made its way through court. But it's worth repeating. 59-year-old woman from Massachusetts named Rebecca Woods was found guilty of assault and battery after she unleashed hives of bees on police officers who were there to process and evicting a friend of hers. One officer had to be hospitalized and others were stung repeatedly. Woods lost about 1,000 bees in the incident. Some were crushed by the hives as she tried to move them. Some were female honeybees that perished, bees, not beans, that perished after employing their stingers. Yeah, I guess once they release their stingers, they die. The lawyer for this woman says her client's own experiences with being evicted compelled her to intervene on her friend's behalf, a cancer patient in his 80s. The man was not home at the time when Woods unleashed her bees, having gone to the library to try to find information about halting the eviction. So this woman attacked the cops with a couple of hives of bees. Meanwhile, in Arizona, 2 men were attacked by what sheriff's deputies called a, quote, moving black cloud of hundreds of thousands of angry bees. It is bee season. So I would imagine in Arizona, it's probably bee season all year. The sheriff's department in Greenlee County described the men as completely covered head to toe in bees. Oh my gosh, that freaks me out. Firefighters donned protective gear, but the bees still managed to sting several on their heads. No ambulances were available, so the men got to ride to the hospital in a fire truck. Woo, well, that's fun. While firefighters picked the bees off of them. Officials were unable to locate a hive and suspect the bees were part of a migrating swarm. Both men have been released from the hospital. And then lastly, 2 hikers were injured in a bear attack at Yellowstone National Park. This happened yesterday afternoon, prompted some areas of the park to close, according to the National Park Service. The incident occurred in the afternoon on the Mystic Falls Trail near Old Faithful in Wyoming. The 2 hikers sustained injuries by 1 or more bears. Last bear attack in Yellowstone was in September of last year when a 29-year-old man was injured by a grizzly bear while hiking alone. The last deadly bear attack occurred in 2015 in the Lake Village area of Yellowstone. So they're animals on the attack. And I got a message from an edgehead. I don't remember her name, but there was a story of another wallaby that got loose, this time in New Jersey. And it was loose for quite a while, but they finally caught him. So hopefully what happened to the wallaby that got loose here a couple of weeks ago won't happen to the wallaby there, because that wallaby here passed away, unfortunately. So hopefully that wallaby gets all the care that it needs. We've got a flying the unfriendly skies story here. This is
Do you know anything about planes?
So, you know, lots of times we have stories be about flight delays in this particular feature. And a lot of times these flight delays are usually caused by, well, last week we had one delay where the guy wouldn't get off his phone while the plane was taxiing. We've had stories of people who were drunk, who were just being disruptive, out of control. Well, this particular flight was delayed an hour and a half because of a robot passenger. This is weird. Southwest Airlines flight from Oakland, California to San Diego was delayed for more than an hour due to the presence of an unusual passenger, a robot. So there's some company that called Elite Event Robotics. And what they do is they rent out robots for events. You're having an event, you want a robot, you can rent out a robot, which I think is kind of cool. But this particular robot was heading to an event in Chicago. Ultimately, that was the goal, but this was the flight from San Francisco to San Diego. The robot's guardian confirmed he and the 4-foot-tall, 70-pound robot named Bebop boarded the plane there in San Francisco. The initial delay was caused by the robot's presence in an aisle seat. That would be weird. Wouldn't that be weird? You're sitting in a plane and directly across the aisle is a robot. They said that the robot was in violation of the airline's policy for large carry-on items. I was thinking, these robots, you can disassemble them. Why can't you just disassemble it, put it in a case of some sort, check the bag, and then when you get back to where you get to wherever you're going, you get it out and you put the robot back together. It seems like that makes sense, but I'm sure they were trying to make a spectacle of this. But after they said he couldn't sit on the aisle seat and violated the large carry-on policy, I guess they got past that, but they moved Bebop to a window seat. But then staff soon noted a second issue. Bebop's lithium battery was found to be larger than the maximum allowed by the Southwest Airlines policy. So the plane was only able to depart once the battery was removed and confiscated from the robot. Once removed, the inert robot and its companion were able to continue to their flight. The plane departed about an hour and a half late. And then these people, I guess they overnighted a battery to wherever he was going so he could perform for all the folks there in Chicago. That's Bebop the robot. I bet that's going to happen more and more. As AI and robotics keep growing at an accelerated rate, we may be sharing space on the train or the bus, or in this case, the plane with a robot.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Zach, have a good one. Recalculating.
Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Stay here and have some fun. It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny. WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube tomorrow night. It is Wing It Wednesday, and we will have a guest in the studio just after 6:30. And then on Friday, just looking ahead in the week, Friday around 6:45, it will be the Evening Edge Local Music Showcase. We'll be featuring another local musician or band making original music here in the Miami Valley. And I mentioned this, I think last week, but we are in the process of putting together a weekend local music show here on WHIO, hosted by none other than Ian James, the musical director of the Evening Edge. That's what we're calling him. But yeah, so that'll be exciting. I don't know when we're going to start that, but it'll be another opportunity for local music to be heard right here in the Miami Valley on the radio. All right, have a terrific night. I'll be back tomorrow just after 5. Don't forget, you can get the podcast of this show at eveningedgetodd.com. That's correct. That's right. And many other podcast platforms. Tomorrow, I'll have a review of the show I'm going to go see here in a few minutes. Mary and I are going to go see Mrs. Doubtfire the musical. So it should be interesting. Have a terrific night. We'll see you tomorrow here on the Evening Edge.
And with that, folks, I thank you for listening.
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 Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you for listening. Listen, I'm probably making a bigger deal about this than I need to. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you again soon.
All right, everybody. Have a great night. See ya.